The stories you're about to see are real. The rewards up to $5 million are real. This is Augusta Crime Stoppers, where you stay anonymous. The criminals don't.
Tuesday, June 23rd, WRDW 12 on Your Side TV reports deputies are looking for a suspect accused of impersonating a Richmond County undercover detective, then assaulting a woman at a Walgreens store on Washington Road. According to an incident report, the black male walked into the store wanting to return 4 D Duracell batteries in a plastic bag. He stated he was an undercover detective and lifted his shirt up to show the woman the badge. She told deputies the badge looked plastic like a child's toy. The black male asked the woman if she watched the news and then grabbed her arm and asked her if she shot up or used. The woman said she told the man to leave and that he could not return the batteries, and when he left he continued to harass customers outside, according to a Richmond County incident report. The woman told deputies he left on a bike when she called the sheriff's office. He's described as a black male who's about 5'9", 5'11", about 160 to 180 pounds. He was last seen wearing a black t-shirt and unknown color cargo shorts. The woman told deputies the suspect has a gold tooth and was wearing a black hat with a picture of Obama on the bill of the hat. If you think you know who or where this black male police impersonator might be, please, we urge you to call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. If they do a police report or press release that says a Crime Stopper tip led to the arrest of this 5'9", 5'11", about 160, 180 pound black male last seen wearing a black t-shirt and unknown color cargo shorts with a picture of Obama on his hat, you will get paid. Columbia County News-Times reporter Valerie Roll reports that Columbia County authorities are trying to identify a white male, younger white male, they say backed his car into a Martinez convenience store early Tuesday morning. Just after 5 a.m., the younger white male you see on your screen drove a Mercury Marquis with South Carolina tags through the front doors of the Sprint store at 500 Flowing Wells Road. The younger white male backed his Mercury Marquis into the door a couple of times until he knocked it down. Then he got out of the car with no shirt and no shoes, crawled through the broken doorway, and stole a can of Arizona tea and a pair of sunglasses before driving away. Wow, talk about cottonmouth. If you think you know who or where this, we think, drugged out younger white male may be, please call Steve Morris at the Columbia County Sheriff's Office at 706-541-2800. Crime Stoppers at 800-222-TIPS, or text your tips to tips at AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you remain anonymous, keep crazies out of your store, and get paid.
And now, this Crime Stoppers special report.
Ever notice when you place a Craigslist ad or some type of social media ad to sell something, you start getting these strange responses that say, hey, we're happy with the condition of the item, send us your email and we're going to go ahead and pay you in full for that item. What they're trying to do is either get your checking account number, or they're trying to send you an overpayment so you'll deposit a money order or such in your bank account and send them back the balance. Either way, I guarantee you're getting scammed. The FBI has put out a fraud alert, and if you answer yes to any of the following questions, you may be getting scammed. Are you about to cash a check from an item you sold on the internet, such as a car, boat, jewelry, etc.? Is it the result of communicating with someone by email, where you just simply cannot call them, and when you do call, it's got these strange numbers? It's some kind of Google account. Did it arrive via an overnight delivery service? Is it from a business or individual account that is different from the person buying your item or product? Is the amount for more than the item's selling price? Are you sending money overseas? Ding, 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 ding. Did you win an international lottery you didn't enter? Have you been asked to pay money to receive an inheritance from another country? Are you receiving commission for accepting money transfers through your bank and or PayPal account? To report an online crime, go to .ic3.gov. That's www.ic3.gov. They're not really going to help you. They're just going to make a database and send it to Congress and get millions in funding, and you're really going to be screwed unless you call Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers is the only international network of its type. We're 38 years old, and we work with police agencies all over the world. Even if the police agency in foreign countries doesn't like the idea of Crime Stoppers lowering crime, because let's face it, people, police get paid more money when there's more crime. They'll still typically pursue a tip because they love nothing better than putting bad guys behind bars just like us. So we don't want you to be a victim of identity theft. If you've done any of the things that you just read, please, we urge you, contact the police. If they do a press release saying that a AugustaCrimeStoppers.org tip led to an arrest, you will get paid. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding the shoplifting suspects you see on your screen. On July 12, 2015, around 0830 hours to 0840 hours, 3 unknown black males entered the Smile Grocery located at 830 Stevens Creek Road. 2 subjects purchased items while the third male took a stack of unopened lottery tickets from the counter. The males then left the location in an unknown small red pickup truck. Subject number 1 is a black male, height and weight unknown, was last seen wearing a gray shirt with black sleeves, blue jeans, and may have an earring in his left ear. Suspect number 2 is a black male, height and weight unknown, was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, red bucket hat, black pants, and white tennis shoes. He's wearing at the time an unkempt beard and mustache. Subject number 3 is a black male, height and weight unknown. He was last seen wearing a black shirt, and he is bald. There is no other description. If you think you know who or where these suspects may be, we urge you to contact Deputy A. Gates or any property crimes investigator at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office by calling 706-821-1020 or 821-1080. Please reference case number 15-21-33-74. If the Richmond County Sheriff's Office does a press release saying a Crime Stoppers tip led to an arrest, you will get paid. Richmond County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding the younger black male you see on your screen. Jesse Shelley is wanted on aggravated assault ×3 charges, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, and possession of a firearm by a first offender. His date of birth is 03/20/1991. Boy, don't you know the ID thieves love that. He's a black male. He weighs about 185 pounds. Hair color is black. Height is 6'1". His eye color is brown. If you think you know where Jesse Shelley may be found, we urge you to call the Richmond County Sheriff's Office at 706-821-1080. If the Richmond County Sheriff's Office says that an AugustaCrimeStoppers.org tip led to the arrest of Jesse Shelley, you will get paid. Augusta Chronicle crime reporter Doug Stutzman reports about 4:30 p.m. Wednesday, Richmond County deputies responded to the Kroger in the 3400 block of Wrightsboro Road, where pharmacy employees said 34-year-old Tamika Smith had received oxycodone with a fake prescription from a stolen prescription book. Kroger employees said Smith came to the walk-up window, received the pills, then left. Employees later learned the prescription book had been stolen from an office in Evans. Police were unable to get security video, but the investigation is ongoing. Smith is wanted on charges of obtaining possession of oxycodone by fraud. If you know where Tamika Smith, who is about 34 years of age, may be, please, we urge you to call the police. If they do a press release saying that an AugustaCrimeStoppers.org tip led to her arrest, you will get paid.
Let's face it, folks, crime can strike at any time, and we have to do all we can to make ourselves and our homes a safer place. Quit just talking about it and just go ahead and do it. Please, go down to your local Humane Society and adopt a good watchdog. For around $100, you get the dog that has already been fixed, had all its shots, with an ID chip in every dog. I prefer a big dog with a big bark. Crooks will not usually hit the house with the aggressive bark behind the door. Just think, a good watchdog might just be the right move for you in these very dangerous times of crimes.
911. I just broke into a house and the owners came home.
You broke into a house?
Yeah.
Where at?
I don't know.
Okay, so are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you with...
I think they have guns.
Okay, where are you?
I don't know.
You have no clue where you are.
And now, this Crime Stoppers special report.
This week, a complete idiot who attended public school all of his life and was taught that some races are not as favored as others walked into a black church in Charleston and murdered 9 wonderful citizens who were worshiping God and studying their Bible. If you're an AugustaCrimeStopper.org Facebook reader, you watched Augusta Crime Stoppers track this idiot, and we informed you that he would be crossing a state line. We didn't know if he'd be crossing the Georgia-South Carolina state line or the North Carolina-South Carolina state line. Turns out a florist spotted this moron in North Carolina, and instead of the police throwing him to the ground and suffocating him to death and such, they very nicely took him into custody and put him in a nice air-conditioned place with the 3 meals, and he's probably settled into a nice soft bed somewhere, thinking about how he has ignited a civil war in America. Fortunately, South Carolina's people are godly people. And instead of looting and burning like Baltimore and other cities did, they got together and they formed a human bridge over an entire bridge. They got together and had prayer meetings. They got together and they hugged and cried. So instead of Charleston being looted and burned, Charleston is healing. Immediately, the gun grabbers jumped on the bloody bandwagon that 9 people gave their lives to put on the front page of your newspaper when the young idiot public school victim walked in, had a prayer meeting with them, got up, told them that they were taking over the country and they had to die, and opened fire with a gun, killing 9 innocent, wonderful people. Immediately, gun grabbers said, you cannot have a defense. You cannot have a gun. We've got to stop letting you have a gun. And right after that, they began taking down all the rebel flags because the young idiot had a rebel flag on the front of his car. But no one addressed, except for Crime Stoppers, that our public schools teach a faith that is based on long ages that says, basically, if something sits around long enough, spontaneous generation may occur and a form of life begin to start, which then becomes a more complex and more intelligent and bigger and better looking type of life form. That's, believe it or not, that's what your public schools teach. So now, your First Amendment of free speech is not so free anymore. You're not going to be able to have certain flags displayed because somebody did something terrible with one. You're not going to be able to defend yourself because somebody did something terrible with a defense. We have to wonder, if somebody has a car wreck, are they going to start taking your cars away? Because so many people are divided on these issues, and a meme is now being distributed all over the internet and other social media sites that says, what would happen if everybody stopped paying taxes? The government won't let you speak. They'll tell you to shut up. Don't talk. You're talking over them because they're talking constantly. This week, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office and most of your government telephones stopped working. And because we were studying this subject, what would happen if everybody stopped paying their taxes, because some idiot boy walks in and kills 9 wonderful people with a rebel flag on his car and a gun in his hand, we thought, oh my God, they actually did stop paying all their taxes. The city of Augusta couldn't pay their phone bill, and now the phones are disconnected. So we had to wonder, how many net taxpayers are really paying more taxes than services provided to them by the government? And the startling answer came back. Greg Rickabaugh and I were discussing on AugustaCrimeStoppers.org Facebook page how many people pay any net taxes. Actually, I put forth the matter because Augusta Crime Stoppers is a 501c3 nonprofit. You make a donation to us, you write it right off the bottom line of your taxes, and you don't have to pay that many taxes. But the jail report at AugustaCrime.com are tax-paying, all-American, red-blooded, family-employing businesses. They have to pay taxes. So we did a little research to see just how many people really do pay any net taxes, and I found out that I had actually made a mistake in our discussion with Greg Rickabaugh. And I said, because I had this figure given to me by a lot of different people, that 42% of all Americans are paying any net taxes. So we did a little bit more searching today after the phones at your government centers stopped working and were saying, that's disconnected. And we didn't know if the government simply didn't send the check in for the phone bill and the phone company disconnected our phones. What I found was startling. I could not believe my eyes. The new facts that we got today were that only 21% of all Americans now pay any net taxes. So, the internet meme circulating all over the United States right now that says, what would happen if everybody just stopped paying taxes? You know, it's pretty close. You can't talk because they tell you to shut up. You can't defend yourself because some idiot used a defense to kill 9 wonderful people. You can't have property because if you don't pay your taxes on it, they take it. You cannot have a house or land because if you don't keep it just a certain way, code enforcement can come in, condemn it, and seize it, and send you a bill for tearing it down. You have to ask yourself, what would happen if we called the government and the phone was disconnected? What would happen when we call our police and they didn't come? What would happen if your home invaded, carjacked, being raped, robbed, whatever, right down to the veteran who says, hey, I've got a brain injury. I need a wounded warrior check. There's wounded warriors out there with no legs, no arms, no eyes, missing body parts. Yet, there's a quote-unquote wounded warrior, quote-unquote, running around Augusta right now, hasn't got a scar on him. He's sharper than any lawyer we've ever met. He rewrites contracts where lawyers go, my, that's very impressive. He's so sharp that he never stutters at all except when he's standing in front of a doctor and the doctor's saying, well, what kind of injury do you have? I have a brain injury. And he stutters very convincingly. We watched this individual stutter like he had a brain injury in front of a judge today, and the judge and everyone in the courtroom bought it, hook, line, and sinker. They didn't question that this guy might be stealing real Wounded Warrior money and absconding with your tax money so he can hog down liquor, smoke up cartons of cigarettes, watch porno on internet websites, and use information against landlords to shake them down. And so we were wondering just how far society is from civil war. Go to our AugustaCrimeStoppers.org Facebook page and you tell us if only 21% of all Americans are paying any net taxes. And there's a meme running around the internet right now that says, what if everybody just stopped paying their taxes? And the fact that when you called Richmond County Sheriff's Office and Richmond County Government and Richmond County Courts this week, you got a message that said, this phone number has been disconnected. Just how close are we to rioting in the streets? Warlords chopping people's heads off if you don't turn the title of your home over to them nice and neatly signed. You have to wonder how close we are to pandemonium. Go to our AugustaCrimeStoppers.org Facebook page and let us know what you think. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding this theft by shoplifting suspect. On June 16, 2015, at approximately 12:39 hours, the black male you see on your screen was seen selecting a bottle of liquor, hiding it behind the counter, and attempting to pay for just a pack of gum while hiding the liquor to keep from paying for it. The suspect was confronted and left the scene. This incident occurred at the Fulcher Package Shop, 2458 Windsor Springs Road. The subject is a younger black male, 5'8" to 5'10", 150 to 160 pounds, with brown skin, low haircut, gray shirt with black writing, black shorts, white socks, and black sandals. If you think you know who or where this suspect may be, please contact Deputy A. Gates or any property crimes investigator at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office by calling 706-821-1020 or 821-1080. Please reference case number 15-220189. If the Richmond County Sheriff's Office does a press release saying that an arrest was perfected through an AugustaCrimeStoppers.org tip, you will get paid. AugustaCrime.com reports this person of interest you see on your screen is wanted in a stolen credit card case. This guy doesn't pick very good friends. Columbia County authorities need your help identifying him since he was with a guy who used a stolen credit card at a local Kroger grocery store. This white male with tattoos on both his arms and star-spangled shorts, which I hope are one of a kind, is considered a person of interest in the use of the stolen credit card. The card was taken in a burglary. Know who he is? Please call Captain Steve Morris of the Columbia County Sheriff's Office at 706-541-2800. Crime Stoppers at 800-222-TIPS. Or text or email your tips to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you remain anonymous, keep your credit cards, and get paid. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding the black males you see on your screen standing near the very nicely restored green Chevy pickup truck who are wanted for questioning. The vehicle and its occupants were last seen at 2572 Lumpkin Road, the Circle K, and are wanted for questioning in a financial transaction card fraud incident that occurred on 5/21/15 at 0830 hours. If you think you know who any of these individuals are, or you can find the very cool looking green pickup truck, we urge you to call Investigator Heiss or any property crimes investigator at the Richmond County Sheriff's Office at 706-821-1026 or 821-1080. Please refer to case number 2015-18-13-87. If the Richmond County Sheriff's Office does a press release saying that your tip led to an arrest, you will get paid.
Augusta Crime Stoppers is brought to you by WBEK Channel 16 and Augusta Crime Stoppers. You too could be a Crime Stopper. If you have any information on any crime, call our tip line at 1-800-222-TIPS. Augusta Crime Stoppers is a production of Michael's Media. Augusta Crime Stoppers, where you stay anonymous. The criminals don't.